Hi everyone, welcome back to Taylor Moving and Storage. My name is Jack Taylor. I'm joined by my father, Rick. Do you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
Hell yeah. And today we're just going to be talking about international logistics and essentially how we as a moving company in our moving services navigate the complexity of international logistics, particularly with each sort of standard, for example, what you can bring into each country and what you can't, and then sort of as well what special training or knowledge we provide our team members to ensure that they can do that, as well as just briefly sharing a success story about how our logistical expertise managed to get a hard move done. So,
Well, that's a big question.
there are three. So,
when you're dealing with an international move, again, the most critical part is setting it up correct. So once we determine what the client, what they're taking, or maybe what they wish to take and what they're trying to take and what they must take, to try to piece together a move plan that meets their objectives, whether that objective is reducing shipping costs, whether that objective is time in transit, whether that objective is meeting their ETAs as far as a family, whether that's getting the priority goods there by air and the further things by sea, whether it's restricting to a 20-foot container, 40-foot container, all those things need to be determined. Within that move program, we must understand what things are allowed and disallowed going into that new country. So for instance, China has real restrictions on media. So you're only allowed to take so many DVDs. And those movies each movie has to be an approved movie for import by China. That's a small example, but it's quite a big example. Electrical outlets in Europe are different than electrical outlets here. They run on a different current, different voltage. So those, appliances, can a transponder correctly work with that sort of thing? Some of the, second and third world type countries can have real complications as far as customs and what they will allow and won't. And then trying to find the right shipping line to get it there is all part of that package. Not only is the moving consultant doing that, but the move coordinator is doing a lot of these things behind the scenes, working with our new partner, working with the partner at destination or at origin to make sure that those restricted things are not being shipped, to make sure that the paperwork requirements are in place. For instance, Mexico, when we move somebody into Mexico, all electronics have to have the make, model, serial number of all electrical items listed on a separate list, and those items have to be at the very back of the container for inspection, ready for inspection. So if those things are not followed through to a T, the whole shipment can be seized. When it's seized, it's then reviewed, everything is offloaded, put into a sufferance warehouse, every box is rummaged through, and the client is responsible for paying for all. So you're talking thousands of dollars. Thank God we haven't had that happen over the last many years, but I've heard of many cases where it has happened. And I've actually had clients call us asking for assistance for a client that didn't end up moving with us, reached out to us to say, geez, I'm sorry I didn't end up moving with you, but I've had this situation happen. Is there anything you can do to help me out? And, we help them the best we can, but usually by that time it's too late. So I would say, cases where we haven't had that happen, really over the last number of years, we haven't had any real solid issues with any of that, outside of some of the transit delays from the steamship companies.